Now this sister I want to talk about, she has babies by handlers. Now she had a handler in like 2006 after this shit happened, because see, that's what they will do. Man, you just don't know how this shit is planned and how they deal with shit. So she had this handler that she would lay down with the guy and tell him about my business, you know. So it turned out that Florida had a warrant for me. I guess, you know, Scientology in Florida was not through with me yet. And what I think Florida did was, when I got the, you know, I kept hearing just ringing in my ears, and I still do today. But I think what they really took away from my memory, and that's what they want, to memory. And I think what they really took away from my memory was the shit, you know, like when I worked in Scientology. Probably was easy to take that memory away, because I didn't have enough of it. I mean, I didn't care about it, you know. I didn't care about Scientology anymore once I left. But anyway, so she told him that I had a warrant for my arrest. She told him so much shit about me. But she had lived, she was like 20-something years old, so she lived a long time to be able to only talk about herself and not talk about my business. So I went to stay with her, you know, for a while, because, you know, I was homeless. I was here, I was there. When I made my way somewhere, they would fuck with me. I went to Atlanta, and I was here in California, and I decided to take my dumb ass to Atlanta. I thought I could make a nice business there, because Atlanta is filled with melanated ones, and they have their own business. But I would advise anyone, if you don't have family there, you're not going to school there, don't go to Atlanta. But I think what they got mad about in Atlanta is that I found out about Narakazi York. So they did, I guess they didn't want me knowing too much about him. And those that were his students, or his children, whatever you would call them, they also supported my business. You know what I went there for? They supported my business. So she told him these things that so I went from Atlanta. I just had to get out of Atlanta. Man, they bombarded me. There was nothing but gay people everywhere, you know, because this is after the flood of New Orleans, you know. So I just had to leave. And so I went to stay with her. And I can tell you, when I go stay with people, next thing you know, they have to move. They get a 30-day notices and shit, or someone, they won't take their rent. It's nothing they did. It's just, I'm there, they have to move, but I don't know about anything about being targeted at this time. Okay, so the guy she was sleeping with, she told him about me. And one day, because he didn't want me there. He didn't want me there. And I told her about him as soon as I met him. I mean, sometimes people's aura, I could just see it, and I know they're not that good of a person. I told her he wasn't that good of a person. There was a secret he had, this, that, and another. And she said, no, Ima, it's not a secret. I know what it is. And she told me what it was. You know, he had another girl, but, you know, females think that they meet this guy, you know, they don't know shit about him. And from watching TV, you know, you have sex with him so fast. That's a program coming from TV Pro. And so you think this guy cares about you. My son is here. I'll finish this one later. Shit talking like he wrote.